what we do is, as we're walking down the street, we'll tell people, they'll be looking and commenting on the architect. I said, yes, it's amazing. I said, we have the largest contiguous historic district in the entire United States. And then I have to explain the word contiguous because it's a pain. And what that means is that you can go to places like Savannah, Georgia and such. If you take all of the square footage of their national parks and national historic districts and put them together, it may be larger, but as far as just one big chunk of land, Guthrie has the largest historic district in the United States, which is ironic considering the fact that we also have the smallest national park. And at this point, they all look around and they'll point to the Apothecary Garden, or they'll point to Honor Park, and we just go, no, try again. And so we'll stop here, and this is where we tell them what happened. Back how in 1907, Oklahoma became a state. Yay us! Not only yay us, yay Guthrie, because Guthrie was the first state capital. Yay us. And then the founders of the city at that time decided, you know what? We need to do something to commemorate this. What we need a park. We need a statehood park. Yeah, that's a great idea. Where do you want to put it? I don't know. How big? I don't know. Just okay. Here's the plan. We'll put aside the land and then we'll come back and build a park. Yeah, that'll be great. So the city fathers go to the court clerk at the time and they say, here's what we want you to do. We want you to set aside a parcel of land 100 foot square. That's 100 feet by 100 feet by 100 feet by 100 feet. Pretty good chunk of land. Just set aside, and let's use something in Hell's Half Acre, which is here where the land office was, and we'll get back to it. Well, then 1910 came along. We all know what happened in 1910. Oklahoma City happened in 1910. State capital was moved to Oklahoma City. You have to throw the spit in there because it emphasizes it. And they forgot about it. They forgot about the park. Obviously, they had the economic instances they had to deal with, what happens when you lose the state capital, and that they just completely went out of their mind. It wasn't until they started the renovation and the establishment of the historic downtown area, when they were first beginning to make the historic district and set the boundaries, somebody went, hang on a minute, what about that land for the park? We still have that? Because wow, what a great way to anchor a new historic district. That'd be perfect. It would. We should do that. Somebody should do that. Where's it at? I don't know. Let's go look. So they go back through the archives, and they're flipping back through the pages and the pages and the pages. Oh, found it! Uh-oh. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Because the city clerk at the time, instead of writing, set aside a parcel of land 100 foot square, wrote, set aside a parcel of land 100 square feet. Do the math. I'll give y'all a minute. It's not good. It's not 100 feet by 100 feet. It's 10 foot by 10 foot. Technically. In this case, it happens to be 8'4" by 12'6", which is what the measurements are if you come back here and measure this curve around this tree. Because the guys came over here and went, we got a problem. So what they decided to do was to make this tree the state historic marker for the original land office. Okay, that works. They had a nice little sign here. This tree commemorates, the location of the land office, which sat just off the... Okay, that'll be fine. Well, then, this big fence happened. The sign came down, and people forgot about it again. It wasn't until in the early 2000s, I think it was, that somebody went... No, it was the late 1990s, early 2000s, when they were established. There was a whole reworking of the national historic districts, and everything was coming under a new federal umbrella. And so the feds came back to Guthrie and just needed to do some checking on some stuff. And as someone was walking them by here, they happened to point out and go, oh, hey, and this used to be a state historic marker. And the Fed guy went, what? Yeah, this used to, no. This is a U.S. post office. Yeah, I know. No, this is a U.S. post office. This is federal property. Yeah, I know. You don't understand. Under this new umbrella, if you have a state historic marker on federal property, it is transferred immediately and directly to the roles, guidance, and jurisdiction and whole ownership thing of the U.S. National Parks Department. Think about that for a minute. Because what that did is that made this tree and its little 8'4" by 12'6" area cease to become a state historic marker, and it was transferred to the roles and the rosters of the National Parks Department, which means it is national park land, which means technically It's a teeny tiny national park. Is it a public park? No. This big fence helps keep that from happening. And I've noticed that since we've been talking about this a lot, for some reason now the post office closes their gates at night. I think there may have been some camping violations, somebody boating, I'm not sure. So what they've done is, when the I think it was the Chamber of Commerce decided to talk about it a few years ago, and the thing has once again taken on a life of its own. And my hope, and what I really feel is going to happen, by having this here, we're not going to lose this story again. It's not going to be another 20 years before somebody goes, what's the deal with that tree? They're going to go, I can tell you what the deal with that tree is. And once again, the stories will be told. And not only will they talk about the tree, they will talk about the land run. They will talk about the state capital being moved. They will talk about the economic rebirth. They will talk about the preservation of this amazing, completely unique historic downtown. And that's all because of what Guthrie does here.